I'm in the New Forest today, and these are my top 3 tips that I use to keep myself safe walking the trails. Tip 1 is to know my route, know where I'm going. I don't need to know exactly turn by turn where I'm going, but I need to have a rough idea of where I want to be, where I am, and where I want to head to. The biggest benefit of knowing your route, it just allows you to have a bit more of a relaxed walk than always worrying about where you're next going. I personally use the apps OS Maps and All Trails to help find my walks. I personally make sure that I have a quick look of the route before I go out. I make sure that I have the maps downloaded to my phone, and then I will just check it as I kind of go along. Another alternative is to make sure you're looking out for signposts or waymarked signs. Be careful though, some routes unfortunately aren't well maintained and they do lose that waymarked sign. But if you back that up with your OS Maps or whatever GPS you want to use, plus the signs, you're good to go. One of the other benefits about knowing your route is also communicating that route to other people. I usually, before I go off, I would tell at least one person where I'm going. It just means if for whatever reason something were to happen to me, I have that added layer of that person knowing roughly where I could be. Another key important thing about knowing the route is knowing what obstacles and barriers could be in the way. You don't want to be putting yourself in danger. Tip number 2 is always bring food and water. No matter how long the walk is, I will always at least bring some water and maybe even some food. On a walk, things can get a bit tough. You can run a little bit low on energy, and just having that little bit of food in your bag will make all the difference. It doesn't have to be a lot of food. It could be something simple as a chocolate bar, a banana. It could be something like rice cakes, just something to keep you going. Now you're probably thinking, if I'm only doing a couple miles, is it worth bringing food and water? I do think it is worth it. The reason being is because it also forces you to stop. You stop, you force yourself to take in the sights, the sounds, and also from a physical standpoint, if you're new to it, having breaks is very important as well. I personally have really bad knees, so I know that I need to take a lot more stops than I used to. So when fueling and hydrating on a walk, I try and keep it consistent as possible. I want to drink before I get thirsty, and I want to eat before I get hungry. But little and often is my kind of standard that I'll try and keep to when I'm out on a walk in the countryside. Tip number 3, dress for the occasion. So when planning your route, along with tip number 1, have a look at the weather. It's better to overdress and bring layers and a bag so you can take it off and back on again when you need to. You don't need to have the most expensive gear either. My raincoat, my dad gave me. My hiking boots were cheap ones from Decathlon, and I've had them for 5 years and never had a problem with them. So if you're looking to get into hiking and walking in the countryside, don't feel like that you need to buy the most expensive gear. I'll always make sure that I have my rain jacket in my bag. The weather can be incredibly unpredictable in Britain. I'd rather be taking it on and off all the time than absolutely soaked through. One of my first long multi-day walks was from Winchester to Portsmouth, and I did not bring a raincoat. The first day was gorgeous. The second day was terrible. I was soaked through and my morale was incredibly low. If I'd taken a rain jacket, I would have definitely made sure that I had a better time on that walk. By combining these 3 tips, I always know I'm going to have a good walk and I'm going to be prepared for no matter what happens. The worst is when you're underprepared. That's where things go wrong. That's where you have a less enjoyable experience. Today has been on and off rain. The route's not been signposted. And I didn't bring that much food. I know where I'm going through using the maps. I know where I can find food and water should I need to. And I have a plan in case it gets really bad rain by getting my waterproof jackets out, and I'm wearing suitable shoes as well. So we're nearly at the end of the walk. If you want to see more of this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.